Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing my second review for the new series for The Walking Dead, Tales of the Walking Dead. This one for episode 2. It is called Blair and Gina. Or Blair, Gina to be exact. So spoilers to follow in this review, but these are brand new characters, and I wouldn't worry too much about spoilers considering Tales of the Walking Dead, 6 different episodes, 6 different short stories in the Walking Dead universe, sort of. So I did my review for the first episode. I enjoyed the first episode of Tales of the Walking Dead. With the Terry Crews and Olivia Munn, team up there in the first one. In this one, we get 2 new characters. We get Blair and Gina. So that's what we get to see in this second episode. So these are important episodes for a series. If you're going to launch a new series, it's a 6-episode season. First season, you want to have some good episodes in the first few. And it looks like episode 3 will be, good at least. I think it's supposed to include Alpha. It looks like it probably will, but I guess we'll see what happens with that and what that looks like next week. Also, yes, the first episode did just air on AMC. AMC Plus is the first 2 episodes of Tales of the Walking Dead right now. So you can watch both of these. I have a number of viewers that have already seen the second episode, so it is what it is. All right, so I enjoyed the first episode of Tales of the Walking Dead. I liked it. I liked the Terry Crews, Olivia Munn episode. This one here, or Evie and Joe, it's called. This one here, Blair and Gina, I wasn't so certain about. After watching it, I think it's really unfortunate what happened with this episode. So this is set in Atlanta, focused around the 2 females that we've seen in the trailer, and they're basically at work. Circle of Trust, I think, is the place that they're working at. And one is a receptionist. The other one is kind of a mouthy, boss lady. Okay, so to start off, it has some problems. The biggest problem first is that I find both of the characters in this one to be irritating. I don't just find Blair to be irritating, but I find Gina to be irritating as well. I find them both to be irritating from both the different sides here. They're kind of at work, so it kind of has like the office feel, or like a workplace feel, which also I think is not something I enjoy watching. I am not a person who enjoys watching people while they're at work. I work enough myself. I don't need to be watching other people working. Like something like, I was not really a fan of The Office, if you guys ever saw. Now that's a comedy, but I never liked it because just the environment stuff as you're watching it makes you feel like you're actually at work, which is the last thing I would want to do when I'm not actually at work myself. If I want to feel like I'm at work, I'll just go to work. I'm not going to watch a show about people being at work. So this one looked pretty good in the trailer in that you get to see Atlanta. It's kind of, the start of the zombie apocalypse in this one. You see it collapsing. You see people starting to turn to zombies, starting to eat others. And it looks great in terms of the visuals because you have modern 2022, filming equipment, everything, which was way better than what they had when they started the original Walking Dead series or when they started Fear. The quality of the cameras, everything, the colors, everything. The quality is amazing nowadays compared to what Walking Dead had originally at the start of the zombie apocalypse in the original Walking Dead series. If you go back and watch season 1 episodes, it's awesome to watch in terms of the nostalgia, but it does feel almost like you're watching something in the 90s or something like that compared to the filming equipment and quality, the Super HD, 4K and beyond, whatever they're using to film it. Just looks amazing, right? But here's the problem. So this should be an awesome second episode for Tales of the Walking Dead, but here's the problem. You have 2 irritating women who I don't like either one. I don't like to watch either one, right? I find them both to be kind of annoying, and the one quiet and the other one bossy. But I don't really care to watch either one, right? I find them both to be annoying. Now, what's worse than that, this should be awesome to get to see Atlanta disintegrating for the start of the zombie apocalypse. You know, it was awesome when we saw Rick wake up from the his coma and meet Morgan. It was awesome in the original series. It was awesome in Fear the Walking Dead when you see Patient Zero. You see like Gloria, I think is her name, like the first zombie we see in The Walking Dead, and you have Nick and you have the Clarks, everybody else, you know, in at the beginning of Fear. This one really, oh man. So what did they do with this? So this was so over the top. People are calling it the Groundhog Day episode, and I agree. This was so over the top compared to what you needed to do for this. This really would have done well with a less is more mindset. You know, you have an awesome landscape, you have an awesome environment to get to see, not the office, but the environment of Atlanta. We remember seeing Rick there with Glenn in the street, and you have walkers everywhere. You know, so in comparison, I probably can't overstate enough how this is an awesome setup for us to be able to revisit the early days of the zombie apocalypse, even if it's just for one episode. This is an awesome setup for us to get to see that. And it's awful. It's really, really awful, at least in my opinion. They take two female characters at work, which is like not enjoyable to watch, and they have to basically settle their problems by the end of the episode in order to get out of this loop they're in, which is like a great. If you've ever seen the movie Groundhog Day, which is a great movie, Bill Murray gets stuck in a loop, and he has to relive this day over and over again, Groundhog Day, until he figures some stuff out, and then he can move past that. He gets out of his loop. Something similar like that in this episode, but here's the problem. I don't know why this got greenlit, because the issue is, I understand you can kind of do whatever you want with Tales of the Walking Dead, right? It's not an episode of the original Walking Dead series. It's not an episode of Fear the Walking Dead. It doesn't have confinements in terms of what you can do, in terms of like artistically, music style. You can be creative with it. You could even use different filming styles and, you know, maybe, I don't know, colors, like whatever you want to do. You could do different graphic presentations and stuff like that, and intros and different feels. The first episode for Tales has that with Joe and Evie, where they've got like a silly, more upbeat theme to it, kind of a silly feel to it. This one is a complete disaster, in my opinion. Here's what you can't do. You can't, in my opinion, if this is still Walking Dead, if you're going to say it's Tales of the Walking Dead, and you're still going to put The Walking Dead after Tales of the Walking Dead, it still has to confine within the reality of The Walking Dead, right? Like it still has to confine to the physics and to the reality of what the Walking Dead universe is, right? You can't have aliens come down in one of the Tales of the Walking Dead episodes, and like Aliens, the movie, and all of a sudden start eating zombies and eating people and creating zombie hybrid aliens. I'm talking like the Alien movie where they're the chest bursters. You couldn't do an episode of Tales of the Walking Dead where you have zombie alien chest bursters start bursting out of people, unless it's in a dream sequence or someone's hallucinating or something. You have to stay with the rules set to the Walking Dead world. And this one, they do this Groundhog Day thing of over and over and over again. And it's flippin' awful, because now you've created new physics for the Walking Dead universe, so now we have to come into question, is this canon for Walking Dead? Are these two women in the same universe as the Walking Dead universe is, the AMC Walking Dead universe? And, it does, based on the physics of the episode and everything like that, it doesn't seem to me to make any sense that this would be there. It just doesn't fit. It's weird. It's repetitive. It's not enjoyable. And this is so crazy because you watch the original Walking Dead series, all you have is, a few of our survivors, Rick and Glenn and the others, in Atlanta, and it's freaking awesome. This one we get something like that too in terms of location, but it's just done in such an awful way. So while I enjoy the first episode of Tales of the Walking Dead, and I like what they did in that one, This one has made me like it gave me a sinking feeling like this is crap. Like this is just a time sink. There's nothing here of value, in my opinion, that's going to be memorable for this episode and these characters. I mean, this is really not good as far as I'm concerned. So it's just the second episode. They've got 4 more left to go, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you've got more episodes left for Fear. The alpha episode should be awesome, but see, that's what I'm saying, like the different feels for the episode. But okay, different feels, different vibes, different music, different style choices, but not different physics. Not like I don't know. I don't know why they did this. There's an episode in Z Nation where a person's dreaming, having a nightmare, and they kind of like have to, in an episode, relive over the day over and over again, just like this. When they wake up from a nightmare, when they get bitten or something by a zombie, they have to kind of wake up again, and it plays like a video game, or it just plays like something like you're watching it, so you're not controlling, but it's annoying. It's not it makes the story just an annoyance to watch. And that's the way I felt watching this episode. So I do apologize if anybody did enjoy it. Maybe so. I got a few comments. People did like the second episode. I didn't. I thought it was awful. But I guess on the bright side, they probably won't be using these two again. I hope they won't be. And if they don't, then it's just a one-time thing and it's a one-off, and so be it. But it does make me, a little concerned for the other episodes to think like, if you could do anything you wanted to do, and this is what you came up with, will Tales the Walking Dead get a second season? And why does it seem that aside from the original Walking Dead series and Fear the Walking Dead, and a lot of people would not even consider Fear the Walking Dead to be, I do, the other projects that AMC is trying to do with Walking Dead, they don't seem to be very good. You look at World Beyond, it wasn't received well. People didn't really like it. More people didn't like it than did like it. And I'm just concerned after the second episode of Tales that if this is the direction they're going, it's going to end up just like World Beyond. Because honestly, if you had 6 episodes following these two, it would be, for me, unwatchable. It would be worse than World Beyond was. So I'm going to give this episode a 3 out of 10. That might be, like in terms of like an honest score without me just being pissed off and saying like I'm going to give this a 0 because I don't agree with a certain character being killed off or something. But in seriousness, like a 3 out of 10, because I don't find it enjoyable to watch this episode. It doesn't feel like Walking Dead to me at all. I mean, there's zombies and stuff, but it doesn't feel like Walking Dead is, the comics or the original series or any of the others. World Beyond felt more Walking Dead than this one does, and I'm safe to say I'm a little bit disappointed. I think it's awful, really, really awful. There's like the episode in the bonus episodes for season 10 for Walking Dead where you have Ezekiel and Princess and they're in like the train cart, where it's just like a totally pointless episode. Splinter, I think it's called, and it's just like an awful episode. But you can understand why it was so bad because they did the, there was the social distancing stuff and they were trying to get 6 episodes done. So one of them ended up being really a dud and not good at all. It's like one of the worst episodes of Walking Dead ever. And there are a few in Fear that are that bad. But this one for Tales is like, oh my gosh. It's also the second episode of the show. So you only have 6. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why they decided to do a Groundhog Day thing with these two and why they would think that this is a good idea. I don't know. I mean, I understand it's a new series that can experiment. But I don't think it's okay to experiment with the physics of the world in the canon universe. Because now I don't really consider this to be serious Walking Dead canon. Kind of the way that I do, like all the Walking Dead episodes, right? It's sort of like, is it canon? Is it not? Like, are these two in the same reality as Rick and Glenn? Like, were Rick and Glenn down the street from them or, a few neighborhoods away or on the other side of Atlanta or something actually running through? Is that the same universe? It certainly doesn't feel like it to me. So comments below. Let me know what you guys think about the Walking Dead's Groundhog Day episode. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. So for this one, see you guys again soon for another Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.